And if you're taking all that money and putting on loans and they need something and you can't give it to them, it's not the best feeling in the world. You got to take care of them first.
Should people delay getting married until they have paid off their loans?
I think that's an individualized thing. It really depends on the person. Like my sister-in-law is a nurse, and she waited until she graduated, then she got married. She had some loans. She was very lucky that my father-in-law paid for a good portion of her schooling, but she still had some loans. But it just depends on the person that is marrying them. Like, do they really care? Because if they don't, then they're just going to get married. Like, or do they care? Do they care that there's, baggage, so to say, like, with them? It just depends on the person. That's really individualized, I think.
What if you were considering getting engaged to be married to someone, and they told you about a large amount of loans once you were engaged?
I don't think it would be a problem. I think it would be more like bringing it up right now, like after we're engaged. Like, we can talk about your schooling before this. Like, once you get to that point of engagement, you should be able to talk about things before that.
Okay. And would it affect whether you would agree to marry them?
No, I feel like if you're in love with somebody and you love them and it's meant to be, it shouldn't make a difference. I always say you can always make more money or you can lose money, but once you find the love of your life, like, that's just it. If you pass that up, you'll never know if you'll find it again. That could be your only one. So.
Okay. That's so sweet. I'm just like this. I love this. I love that this is my job. Okay, so we're almost done. We've got a couple sections left. This next one is on politics. So if Congress decided to forgive everyone's student debt, what would you do differently? Whatever that means to you.
If they forgave student debt, I'd probably go out and buy a new car.
Okay. New car?
Yep, I'm like, my husband really needs one, and he supported me through school, and we keep putting it off because we're like, we have loans that we have to pay off, and his car is, 15 years old? So, but he's like, it's just like my beater, just take me where I need to go, but I would totally buy him a car.
Okay. And what have you heard politicians say about student loans?
Not much really, just the forgiveness, like, for right now, like, for, like, the 6 months where, like, it's not forgiveness, but, like, they put a freeze on it, but, for those. But other than that, nothing.
And aside from that 6-month extension, have you heard anything about total forgiveness from politicians?
No.
Do you think that might ever happen, that the government would decide to forgive everyone's student debt?
We can only hope. I don't foresee it happening. I think that's how the government really puts a handle on everything with the money. Because you got to figure with the government, any way that money comes in, it's more money in their pocket. And unfortunately with politics, they're not all in there for the right reasons. So it could be just more money in their pocket.
Okay. How would you feel about it if everyone's student debt was forgiven?
I would love it. I would be like, yes, like, let's be in a country like any other country where, like, school's covered, It's just the way of life. Like, you go to college, you go to high school in the United States, it's covered. So why do we have to pay for college with all the taxes that we pay? We shouldn't have to.
How do you think things will change related to student loans given the upcoming presidential election?
I don't know. I mean, I'm hoping that it could. Like, people might change depending on who's in office. But I don't really know.
Okay. How do you identify your gender?
Female.
And your race or ethnicity?
White.
Okay, this is the last section. If you hadn't gone to college, what would you be doing right now?
I'd probably still be at my own job. I worked for an optometrist for 20 years. I was an optometric technician. I got that job right out of high school. I was with them for 20 years, and I actually just left last September so I could go to school full time and do because I was working nights and weekends, so I could be home with the kids during the day. So I'd probably still be there, but I'm grateful where I'm at now because the job that I had for 20 years, that company got me where I am today. So.
Do you think you would be living anywhere different if you hadn't gone to college?
I probably would still be at my own house. Or I don't want to be there.
Okay.
It was way smaller than this house with 3 kids. That house was tiny. I'm like, we need to get out. Let's go.
Better off rented to someone else.
Yes, exactly.
Okay, and how do you feel about the decisions you have made in paying for college?
I'm happy with my decisions I've made. I feel like I did the best thing I could economically for us. And just getting to my end point, no matter where I was, like whatever school I was in, I knew I wanted to get my bachelor's in psychology, and that's what I did.
Did you have a minor? I'm just curious.
I did. I had a minor in childhood studies.
Oh my gosh, that's my major. Cool. And did you keep in touch with anyone from high school who you think could have done well in college but didn't go?
No.
Knowing what you know now, what advice would you give yourself as an 18-year-old about what college to go to and whether or not to take out loans?
I would tell myself at 18 years old if I knew what I wanted to do with my life, to just continue through school so you can be done before you have kids, and to not worry about the whole loan situation, to be mindful of how much money you have in your loans, but really in the end, like, just try to get to your goal.
Great. Is there anything I didn't ask you that you would like to tell me about?
No, that's good.
Okay, great. Well, that is your first round of interviews. We'll be following up in a year.
Okay.
I'm going to send you an email immediately after we hang up with the consent form and also asking for your address that you would like us to send the gift card to.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
That's it. Thank you so much. We really appreciate your participation, and I've thoroughly enjoyed interviewing you. So yeah, if you have any questions, all our contact information will be on the consent form. And if not, you'll be hearing from us in about a year.
Okay.
Okay. Yes. Thank you so much, Heather.
You're welcome.
Okay. Bye-bye.
Bye.